Daniel built a life defined by precision and luxury. As a technology CEO, he curated an image of peak success, rarely looking back at the world he left behind. But a single notification has just frozen his entire world. A viral video from a local journalist is sweeping through his social circles. It features an interview with an elderly woman sitting outside a New York City church, shivering as the first snow of the year begins to fall. The woman in the video is Daniel's mother, Martha. Even in the freezing wind, she refuses to let go of a small, creased photograph of Daniel as a child. Daniel sits in a climate-controlled office worth millions. On his screen, his mother is hunched over a cardboard box in a torn coat, her hands trembling as she describes the son she hasn't seen in years. The public sees a tragedy of urban neglect. Daniel sees the woman who vanished from his life after he decided she no longer fit the brand he was building. Decades ago, the family stability ended with the sudden death of Daniel's father. Martha was left with an 8-year-old son and zero savings, forced to navigate the city's margins alone. She spent her days cleaning office buildings and her nights washing dishes in a restaurant. She often returned home with swollen feet and aching hands, yet she never let Daniel see the toll the labor was taking. This budget notebook shows the literal cost of Daniel's education. Martha crossed out her own grocery budget in red ink to cover the cost of school books and a uniform, often going to bed hungry so her son could have a full meal. When Daniel asked why she never bought new shoes, she told him hers worked just fine. In reality, the soles were worn through to the pavement, a sacrifice made so he could look like the other children at school. Daniel took that support and ran with it. He transformed his mother's grueling labor into a college degree, eventually founding a technology company that would make him a millionaire before 30. Every dollar of Daniel's net worth was built on the physical exhaustion Martha endured during those early years. Her health was the capital that started his empire. As Daniel's company grew, he moved into a world of high society galas and minimalist penthouses. He married a woman who valued social standing, and Martha's working-class presence began to feel like a reminder of a past he wanted to bury. Rather than honoring her, Daniel began to view his mother as a social liability. He grew quiet during her visits, eventually avoiding her calls as he became more concerned with his reputation than her loneliness. To resolve the tension at home, Daniel convinced Martha that she needed professional care. He framed the transition to an elderly care home as a luxury, a way for her to be looked after by experts. The day he dropped her off, he didn't stay to help her unpack. He walked back to his car and drove away, ignoring the image of her standing in the doorway in his rearview mirror. He had successfully outsourced his responsibility, trading a lifetime of care for a monthly check and a clear conscience. For years, Martha waited. She dressed in her best clothes every Sunday, sitting by the front door of the care home, convinced Daniel would eventually pull into the driveway. He never did. This timeline shows the divergence of their lives. As Daniel's net worth climbed toward 9 figures, the care home Martha lived in collapsed financially. When the doors closed, families arrived to collect their relatives, but Martha was left standing on the sidewalk alone. With no one to claim her, Martha fell through the gaps of the system. She spent the next several years rotating between park benches and highway underpasses, her living conditions effectively hitting zero while her son's wealth reached its peak. This descent led her to the steps of a church during the coldest week of the year, where a young journalist noticed a frail woman praying for the safety of a son she hadn't seen in a decade. Martha never spoke a word of anger against Daniel. Instead, she spent her nights on the street looking at his childhood photo, asking God to keep him safe from harm. In his office, the video ends. The silence that follows is heavy. The distance between Daniel's luxury and Martha's reality is no longer something he can ignore or pay away. He spends the night searching the city's hospitals and shelters. He finally finds her in a charity ward, tucked into a corner bed where the heat barely reaches. Martha is pale and fragile, breathing with the rhythmic hum of machines. Daniel, still in his tailored suit, drops to the floor at her bedside. He weeps openly, begging for a forgiveness that he knows he doesn't deserve. He offers her the world, promising the best doctors and the finest home, but his words are years too late. Martha slowly opens her eyes and reaches for his hand. With her last bit of strength, she tells him she always knew he'd come, and that she never stopped loving him. Then she is gone. Daniel had achieved everything he thought he wanted, only to realize he had lost the only person who loved him before he had anything to offer. In the years that follow, Daniel uses his fortune to build the Martha Foundation. He constructs housing and provides medical staff to ensure no elderly person in the city has to face the winter alone. His charity provides beds and meals for thousands. To the public, he is a hero of philanthropy, a man using his success to heal the city. But every night, Daniel returns to an empty house. The foundation can help thousands of mothers, but it cannot bring back his own. Success loses its meaning when it is built on the abandonment of those who made it possible. No amount of wealth can negotiate with the past, and no foundation can erase the weight of a regret that has nowhere to go.